WBC supervised.
Straight away when told. Both you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley and fellow boxing scribe Mark Kriegel. The odds, Joe Joyce at a minus 1,100 favorite, plus 600 for Vs Zhang. The over-under 8.5 and a minus 450 bet that the fight won't go the distance, according to Joe Fortenbaugh. And we're inside the Deadly Wager studios right here across from the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada.
You know, the weigh-in got me. Joyce came in, I believe it was a 258 pounds. Pretty
svelte 258.
Lower than he usually come in. Normally he's around the 275, 271, around that weight. I think he came in at the lower weight. Yes, because he's more conditioned, but the thing is he wants to box a little bit more. He's in there with a tremendous boxer in Zhang, excuse me. So he wants to be able to compete with him on the speed level.
Dual Olympic silver medalist, 2008 Olympic silver medalist Zhang, and 2016 Olympic silver medalist Joe Joyce.
Yeah. Timmy svelte is a fancy way of saying skinny. And, you know, Zhang is still the more fluid fighter here.
Yes.
He's less robotic. And what he said...
Ooh, look at that shot.
1-2.
See that left hand right there. Ooh,
density or not, Joe Joyce landing big, taking big shots from the man who said he may be the juggernaut, but my shots are armor-piercing.
One of the things Zhang told us is, listen, I'm almost 280 pounds. I'm a lefty. Where do you find a guy like me to spar? It's not something you can replicate very easily.
Yeah, but he wears it well, too. Zhang, I mean, he got a little flab around the waist area, but he looks good. It's a solid 280.
Wake-up call from Joe Joyce, who lands a nice overhand right, but so far, Vs Zhang laying the leather on the face of Joe Joyce.
Exactly what he told us to look for, the straight left hand and the right hook.
I mean, Joyce doesn't move his head. He boxes straight up and down. Stiff.
Granite.
Pretty much granite, yeah.
Zhang will have to do his best work early in this fight. His latest knockout as a pro is in the 5th round, and we saw him have conditioning issues against Jerry Forrest, where he dropped him in each of the first 3 rounds and then suffered kidney damage and dehydration down the line and settled for a draw. So he knows what he's up against.
Look at Joyce trying to box a little bit. You see, Joyce ain't coming forward like he usually does. He's not mauling. He's trying to box. He's trying to take his time. He feels that punching power of Zhang.
And it's also rare for Joyce to be facing a guy with the same dimensions as his, 80-inch reach and 6'6" in height. First 3 minutes in the books, and Zhang came out and did exactly what he said he would at the Copper Box Arena in this WBO interim heavyweight title fight. Let's listen in.
Okay. Yo, you know what is going on? Because you asleep a little bit. That's why he catch you with the... Remember, every time you throw, he will count it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I want you to be focused in the side you have to move. This number 1. And number 2... Wait, say that again? This side.
See, this is straight left hand. Nice body shot, but the right hook. We'll talk about the straight left hand of Zhang, but the right hook, he does possess a sharp right hook, and he will make Joyce pay for that shot anytime he keeps those hands high.
Again, the 2 punches he told us to look out for yesterday, straight left, right hook.
Zhang coming off of a failed attempt at the IBF mandatory against none other than Filip Hrgović in a fight where he dropped Hrgović in the first round, and then it was a very close fight that could have gone his way but didn't. He said the lesson learned is don't leave it in the judge's hands and don't leave any doubt as Joyce opens up this second round with the long overhand right.
You got to figure it at some point, despite his great chin and his power, being so square will eventually catch up to Joyce, Timmy.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But right now, what you're seeing is Joyce now starting to get into the rhythm. Once he gets his jab going, then everything, his offense works. Ooh, that shot right there buckled Joyce.
That's a big 1-2 from a huge Olympic silver medalist in Vs Zhang.
From China by way of Jersey. You don't hear that every day.
There's a left that stuns Joe Joyce. And let's see how he weathers this storm from Vs Zhang. A referee, Howard Foster, always has a quick trigger in stopping fights and stepping in between opponents.
Zhang can't miss with the straight left hand. All night long. I mean, it's easy work. This is easy picking. When I saw the odds, Bernardo, I said, oh my goodness, they tripping on the odds.
Did you bet?
No, I didn't
right
bet.
There.
I didn't bet. No, but when I saw the odds.
Nice body work from Zhang as well. Now here comes the return fire from Joe Joyce.
There's the heart.
Trying to back up Zhang. Blood emanating from the nose of Joe Joyce. Blood out of the mouth in the first round, bleeding from the nose in round 2.
You wonder if Zhang's already punched himself out.
No, he's buying his time right now. That's what he's doing. He's buying his time. He's letting Joyce get comfortable, and he wants to run him into another shot.
There it is.
He just did.
Straight left. It's like a missile that cannot miss the juggernaut. Body work from Joe Joyce. That's one way to slow down Zhang.
This is the rock'em sock'em robot stuff.
We anticipated this, and the work rate for Joe Joyce usually throws 80 punches a round. He's thrown 84 total through these first 2 rounds with 15 seconds left.
What's impressive about Joyce is this is a round he was hurt.
Yeah, but I don't see the same power, the same authority coming for the punches of Joe Joyce. Seems still a little bit buzzed.
Who's an into Ismael Salas. All right, let's take a look at the left hand that did that damage.
Yeah, keep your head on the line. I mean, you don't move it at all. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. You're going to receive that all night. And we know that's the case with Joe Joyce. He doesn't move his head off, and he tries to deflect shots with just holding his hands up. Zhang is textbook with that left hand, man. It's sharp, it's quick, it's right on the money.
And I can't help but be reminded of something that Zhang told us yesterday. He made a mistake, meaning Joyce, in choosing me.
And Joe Joyce usually allows opponents to land 41% of their power shots. So far, through the first 2 rounds, Zhang has landed 55% of his power shots. 27 of 49 for Vs Zhang. And no matter what the bone density, the inflammation on the right eye is going to give Joe Joyce trouble.
Bone density may be an overrated virtue.
But the heart is not overrated. And here comes Joe Joyce coming out 1-2 quick here in round 3.
See, now what Joe Joyce is trying to do is he's just trying to touch and just stay consistent with his offense. So that way Zhang will have little room to be able to just throw one counter and land it.
That right eye is worrisome in terms of how inflamed it's gotten so fast.
Good shot.
That'll be a sense of urgency for Joe Joyce here. Now Vs Zhang with the short right hook to the chin of Joe Joyce and the left.
Zhang's whole career can change right here if he wins this and becomes the mandatory.
He just better not run out of juice.
No,
I mean, he's won the first 2 rounds. If he runs out of juice, then it's a problem. Joe Joyce is going to come on towards the back end. We know his conditioning is elite.
There's body work from Zhang right on the belt line with the left, and takes a left from Joe Joyce.
My goodness, what a chin.
Nice left hook from Joe Joyce after taking a double left jab. And 2 straight lefts from Zhang.
See that activity right there. Counterpunchers, they can't stand when you work the numbers on them. That's what Joyce is doing. He's working the numbers. He's touching them. It doesn't matter where he's hitting them. He just wants to lay a glove on him.
Right uppercut on the inside from Zhang.
Keep him defensive.
Opponents do land 35% of their power punches against Zhang. He's holding Joyce to just 22% so far. But there's that quick hands. And this is Joe Joyce waking up, as Ismael Salas was exhorting him to do after that second round. Oh, nice straight left from Zhang.
He does not load up with that shot.
No.
I mean, it's so hard to see. It's so quick and so precise.
Oh! There again. Joe Joyce answers with a jab, but I'm sure Zhang will take a jab over those 2 lefts that he's able to land on the chin of Joyce.
See, all that work from Joyce, he's trying to take the psyche of Zhang. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to take over his mind. He's trying to let him know, like, hey, I'm going to be here all night. I've hit you with, you hit me with my best shot, and I'm right here in your face.
But Zhang continues to do damage. His shots are the most telling so far through the first 3 rounds against Zhilei Zhang. All right. The left hand of Zhang has done damage. A bloody mouth in the first round, bloody nose in the second, and the inflammation over that right eye in the third.
Just can't miss with this shot. This is an automatic punch from Zhang. You know, I remember from the amateurs, watching him on the amateur videos, this is a shot that he's mastered. You know, left-handers, that's the kill shot for them. Right-handers typically want to land right hands against left-handers, but left-handers, they do it more often. They understand the angles from an orthodox stance, you know, and that's the reason why you have a guy like Joyce having a hard time landing his straight right hand, is because he's not choosing the right angle. He's not choosing the right angle to punch from.
I don't know if Zhang can take Joyce out, but it looks to me like his best shot is to close that right eye with left hands.
I agree. So far, Zhang is outlanding Joyce by 5 punches. Now Joyce, his punch output has increased 210 over 3 rounds. That's at a 70 punch per round pace, closer to his 80 punches per round that he's used to putting out.
He was the busier fighter in the last round. I have him down 2 rounds to 1. Joyce, Zhang winning the first 2.
And I'm not sure that the most damaging shots from Zhang didn't win him that 3rd round. It was the best round for Joyce, and he is the hometown fighter.
Joyce getting busy now, finding room for his right hand. It's all about foot positioning when you fight in the southpaw. You want to get your foot on the outside of the southpaw. That's going to line up your backhand.
And let's not forget the conditioning issues that Zhang has shown in the past. We talked about how important that early start was going to be for him. It worked out so far, and now Joyce is coming on.
Joyce is coming on. He's going the right way, too. He's moving the right way. And that's to the weak side of the southpaw. Towards the left, towards the right jab of the southpaw.
Zhang still able to land that straight left.
But it's just one shot at a time. I mean, these judges, they can be counting that, but they can also be counting the activity of Joyce.
And that right hand from Joyce, which is starting to find the chin of Zhilei Zhang. There's that straight left once again and follows it up.
Double. Back-to-back left hands.
There's another straight left right around the glove of Joe Joyce from Zhilei Zhang. This is a clinic on the southpaw left by Zhang, and how not to defend it by Joyce. They have the inflammation once again on the orbital bone of Joe Joyce. Could be worrisome as the fight progresses, because those shots continue to land, opening up a right hook from Zhilei Zhang.
Anytime Zhang gets his foot on the outside, he's throwing that left hand down the pipe, and he's throwing the right hook to follow now. He's cut off Joe Joyce on that side, not allowing him to get there.
Do you realize this is a 280-pound or so heavyweight, and Joyce is just eating these straight shots right into his chin, right into his face?
I don't think that's a good thing to boast about if you're Joe Joyce, because Zhilei Zhang has heavy hands and he's doing damage. You can see it on the face of Joe Joyce. Goodness. They're doing a great job in the corner, keeping that right eye open, but that could change with any left hook from Zhilei Zhang, which continues to be his punch of choice.
It doesn't look like you can take Joyce out with a punch, but you can close his eye.
Absolutely. If you keep
and
force
the issue, force the issue with the ref or the doctor.
4 rounds in the books, as exciting as we expected between 37-year-old Joe Joyce and 39-year-old Zhilei Zhang.
One problem, Jovi. The only one problem, you keep your head too much in the same line. Yeah. So that's why he hit you with one, and then he come back with one. So I need now, you pick up the pace right now. Okay? Pick up your pace. Hit him, man, with the double hook. Okay? Yeah. Remember, every time you hit him, you pull him back because he don't have the stamina.
Ismael Salas mentioned exactly what you said in the commentary, Tim, about him keeping his head on the line and allowing Zhang to connect consistently with that left.
Your opponent's going to throw with it last in your head. And obviously, you know, when I show you on the breakdown that you have Joyce, he keeps his head right on that center line. He doesn't move it. That was going to be a problem for him in this fight.
Salas also demanded that Joyce pick up the pace. That's his best shot here, Mark. He needs to keep Zhang off of him and keep that left hand from being able to not only be thrown, but connect like it is once again here in round 5.
Well, pace will win rounds. Busyness will win rounds. Remember, he's the home fighter.
And if you push the pace against a counterpuncher, you know, you're able to throw shots, deflect a lot of the shots that are coming your way, the counters.
Especially a counterpuncher whose stamina is suspect. But that straight left isn't stopping, man.
My goodness, when we take a look at the power punch over the last few fights for Zhilei Zhang, he is on fire tonight comparatively. There's that left once again. That right eye of Joe Joyce continues to worsen. There's a left hook, and if he's not seeing the lefts, that is going to cause even more trouble as you finally take a look at those CompuBox numbers that favor Zhang and his power punches at over 50.
Zhang is also catching a lot of shots, too.
Yes, he is catching a lot of shots. He's playing possum right now.
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to get credit from the judges. But
wait till you see this uppercut he's going to be trying to throw in a minute, Zhang.
This is dangerous territory for Joe Joyce. 14-0, 14 knockouts, but cannot get away from that left hand that Zhilei Zhang said is going to pierce the armor of the Juggernaut. And you see the bloody nose, the closed eye from Joe Joyce. A bad combination. We talk about him being at home, but the narrative of the fight, the body language, and how you look will obviously be on the judges' mind.
I mean, he's catching those shots.
Yep, pairing.
Yeah, Zhang right now is playing with house money right now. He's taking his time. He's trying to allow Joyce to wear himself down.
I don't know, Timmy. He cannot play with house money being on the road. Right, being on the road. A guy who has a reputation for fading.
But look at the now inflammation and how purple the right side of Joe Joyce's face. I mean, that left hand is totally demolishing the face of Joe Joyce.
Now, Zhang is bleeding from the nose, too, and he's been kind of quiet the last minute or so. He can't give away time in the rounds.
There's that jab from Joe Joyce. Can he pick up the energy, pick up the pace here on Zhilei Zhang? The bruising on the face of Joe Joyce is impressive as he goes back to his corner, and they go immediately to work.
You all right? Okay. Yeah, say.
Can you see the left hand coming out of that eye?
Yeah.
Enough? Listen, when you punch, Gabe, when you get close, stay there.
Stay there.
The shot you're getting hit with is the fucking backhand, the long backhand when you're out of range, Gabe. When you get close, stay there and work on those short hooks and uppercuts. Right? Double up the hook, finish on the right uppercut. And if you come back out to long range, fucking do it off the line, okay? Don't get caught with the backhand on the way out. All right?
Okay, Jovi.
The corner asked Joe Joyce, can you see the left hand? He said, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's seeing it.
Bernardo, that was not a convincing yeah to me.
Absolutely.
That was a no.
That was like, the doctor is coming in as time is called to check on that right eye of Joe Joyce. Anytime the doctor whispers to the referee, that cannot be good for the fighter who is being checked out. The bruising is intense. The inflammation of the eye, it's closing. And every time Zhang lands one of those hammering left hands, it makes it worse.
But now we're going to see the urgency with which Joyce fights back.
We talked about Zhang has never earned a stoppage past the 5th round. And Mark, you mentioned it earlier. It may not be a knockout, but it could be a stoppage based on that eye.
We're also going to see if Zhang can answer his critics, which call him into account for fading in all his big fights. He can change his life here. He can change his career. He can't if he avoids fading.
Just stop being lazy and fight.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. Stop being lazy and fight.
But
you want to win.
Midway through the last round, he stopped throwing. And it's his fight to win or to lose right now.
Now a right-left combination, another straight left. And you said Zhang wasn't throwing? Well, Zhang says, here's some more. Big bang, and boy,
obviously he heard me.
No, he didn't hear you.
Here comes the doctor.
This cannot be good for Joe Joyce, as the inflammation now completely closes that eye. The doctor is coming up. Oh, my goodness. Still see he's going to plead to continue, but the fight is over, and Zhilei Zhang has pulled off the minus 1100 upset on Joe Joyce. The juggernaut did everything he'd done before, but he'd never faced a puncher like Zhilei Zhang, and someone who could do that type of damage to his face. And today he paid the price for depending on his chin.
Didn't I say that? I told you, you can't depend on your chin. Sooner or later, you're going to run into somebody that's going to swell you up just like that.
And Timmy didn't bet.
No, what?
You thought about betting, but you didn't, huh?
I didn't know.
All right.
I ain't got time to be going out betting, going down to the money.
This was an extraordinary fight. Makes the division more interesting.